Jesper, great to see you. Thank you so much for chatting with us so close to kickoff. As you get closer to the game, what is it at the forefront of your mind?
Yeah, I hope that we can go out and show ourselves from our best side. I would say that we can play optimistic and play with the flow and compete with with the competitive we have in this team, and not speculate too early and try to protect the lead that we had from last week, and that we really are ready and not playing naive, but ready for the assignment. That's what I'm hoping that we can do tomorrow.
It's only been 5 days since the first game. You've had to play another game in between and travel as well. Do you like sleep? Do you get much sleep during this time?
No, it's not enough, I would say. But it's how the schedule is, and I think that also maybe there's a lot of focus on these games. I think it was very good that we had a game in between. Mm-hmm. Players had to focus immediately on the next one. And we had this also this long travel where we went to Minneapolis and then straight from Minneapolis to here. I think it was quite good instead of waiting, preparing, and sometimes you can also do too much actually, right. And there's only that much you can do. We are the team we are. We play the way we play. We can do some small details maybe that we can change a little bit. We can add a little bit here and take a little bit there, but we are here for who we are. So I think it was good we had the game in between. After
a game in Vancouver like that, I'll be honest, as a broadcaster, when I do night games, I can't sleep. But I only have a tiny little role in the game. You're the coach of the team. Yeah. What's it like after the game for you? Do you go back, watch the game? Do you try? Can you sleep quick?
No, I don't sleep well after games normally. I really don't. The adrenaline is still on, and the thinking process and everything starts right away. Also, due to the fact that there's a second leg 1 week later, and you already start to, I don't know if it's the right word, decompress what you've seen and evaluate it, and looking forward to what can you do in the second leg, compared to what you just seen and what can we expect and stuff like that. So no, I haven't had much sleep after that, and but again, I think it was good we had a game in between, right? Because you got the thoughts away and focused on also the MLS, because it's the most important tournament actually when you see it over the course of the year. But right now, of course, when you're in the semifinals, it feels like this is it, right?
You made changes for that game in between. Obviously, we expected it, but the level that those players played at was exceptional. Again, it must please you that every player at every level in the squad is getting higher and higher as they continue to go through the season, regardless of their role.
Yeah, I think of course right now we're also in a period where everybody grows out of the team's success and out of confidence. Everybody has strong beliefs, because we have been in tough situation. We came out on top of it. We have had games where we didn't play that well down in Pumas, but we came out anyways as the winners of that leg. So I think everybody has confidence. We have belief in each other, and then again, we play also very tight in the way we play. If we think about how the discipline and the structure we play with when we have the ball and off the ball, and of course that helps the player, I think. So he understands what is actually the role to play.
On Thursday, in the media, we were very complimentary of the entire organization because the crowd showed up, Vancouver showed up. But I know for you have a different eye, and some things that you weren't as happy with, and that's the way that a coach would be. Having gone through leg one, what are some of the things that you need to see or want to see from your team in leg two that maybe you didn't get in leg one?
Yeah, I think, and you asked me a question at halftime, and I was maybe a little bit stressed and wanted to get in fast, and I said
you have every right to be.
I was not that happy with the first half actually, because I think we created a couple of chances, but I think that we had opportunities and the game opened up for us, and we really couldn't make the passes that would play through their pressure, and had we done that, we been better off, I think. And so I think the first game was a big game. It was, the club presented itself very, very well. Outside of the pitch, we also presented ourselves well on the pitch. But there was still a lack of quality and coolness. It was more the coolness I would like to see that we could do better. But I hope it will not be an easy game to play tomorrow, because everybody knows that things can happen, and in football mentality, what can change during the course of a game, and now Miami can play a little bit more freely. They know they have to go out and chase the result and see if they can win. So I think I hope that we can manage, that it's a mentally tough game, and that we can accept that the way we play is what we have to do, and try to deliver, and that's what I believe will give us the best chance of make it through.
Last couple more with you, and again, thank you so much for your time. You may not have to score, but do you play the way that you feel like that you have to score, in a way that it's such a valuable goal in the tie, with it being an away goal?
Yeah, it's when we draw it 1-1 against Monterrey, when we draw it 1-1 against the Pumas in the first legs in those games, we knew that we had to go out and score. So it was quite easy. We also knew that if they scored, it wouldn't mean that much, because we had to just score one. So it was actually quite easy. Now I think the mentality has to be that we want to go out and score a goal. Of course, not be naive and open up. We also wanted to score a goal at home. We managed to score 2 without them scoring. So of course we have to defend well also when we have to do that. But we have to have the mentality of going out and see if we can score a goal, and at least one, I would say. So I think, that will be the way we will try to prepare ourselves. And then we're up against a good team, and they would like to see that we don't score, so they will do everything they can to prevent that. So that's that's up to the game really to show what can happen, and the quality that we can play with if we can. But that will be the mentality.
And Lionel Messi, we talked last week about preparing for him. Did you learn anything new by actually coaching against him, or was it what you expected?
Yeah, you always learn something when you see a player live. It's very different from when you see him, and I've seen Messi before live, but not coached against him and tried to put a scheme up. You can see that the players around him know also where he is and how to find him, and you can see especially him and Busquets have a very good understanding of each other. Also Messi and Alba, but also some of the other players. They're really working hard also to make the positions Messi ends up in very good. And I would say, I actually would like to compliment my counterpart here, Javier Mascherano, because it's not that easy coaching a team where you have players like Messi, Suarez, Busquets. Everybody expects you to win every time, and if you win, it's only up to them, and if you lose, then it's the coach's fault. I think we were facing last time a very well prepared Miami team, and a Miami team that really gave us some struggle in the game. So I think we expect, and I expect Messi to try to play a big role in this game, of course, because he's done it so many times before, and he has a great player still, and with all his accolades. So we try to limit him. We cannot stop him. We'll try to limit, and of course do whatever we can to try to take out also the players that he really connects very well with.
You said earlier in the press conference you are close yet still so far.
Yeah.
You have that 2-goal lead though.
Yeah.
The last one for you is, when you send them out there on the pitch to go ahead, do you send them out there with the mindset knowing that lead is there, or do you send them out there saying just go out there and treat the game as if it's 0-0 right now?
Yeah, but nobody's stupid. So that's just how it is.
They know already.
So, yeah, I think they know they're up to 0. So we are going to I can do so much that I can emphasize a lot of stuff, and right. I can try and tell them from my experiences what is the best chance for us to win. Back in the mind, we know that we are ahead 2-0, and we also, of course, the players will know that. So that might come into play at one point, but definitely the way we would like to go out and treat this game is, of course, that we will try to be aggressive, see if we can make a result in the game, not only make the result overall, but make a result in the game as well.
Jesper, good luck. We're rooting for you.
Thank you very much.
Ali, great to see you again. I guess the best place to start is the first leg. Upon reflection, what pleased you the most about that game?
I think the collective effort from everybody, even guys on the bench, I think we came out. I think it was evident that we were a bit. To start the game, we were a bit. At least on the ball, we were a bit. Maybe you can say shaky, but the effort was still there. The way we defended, the big guys on their team. I don't think there's much of a real threat. Even when we watch some film, I think we did a real good job of just playing as a team.
The whole team seemed composed. How do you stay composed in games like that? Not your first big game, obviously, but how have you learned to be composed in those moments?
Just honestly enjoy it. I think that's the biggest thing. I think it's not my first time in a big game, but I embrace these big games, and I look forward to these big games. Just to stay calm and not overthink things, and just be yourself, play your game, and don't overthink things, and really enjoy and embrace these big games.
You say embrace it. It was a significant win, but it felt right afterwards that it was half time in the way that you guys reacted. Was that the message?
100%. I think it would be, like our coach said, it would be naive of us to, think that the game is over or it's not close or anything. These are guys who, have been in this situation in the highest of highest leagues and games, and pulled away with a result in their favor. So I think it wouldn't be smart of us to be a little laid back or sit back and let them come to us and try and defend the whole game. It wouldn't be too rational of us.
You talk about the big stars, so let's go there now. You've played Messi a few times now, obviously Copa America. What did you learn about playing him that you didn't know before you played him?
Just how smart and really how smart he is, and how deadly he can be if you switch it off for 1 second. So you cannot switch it off for 1 second with him and lose him for a second, and not give him a chance or two, because he will punish you, and him, Suarez, Busquets, players that are, especially Busquets. I think for me, I was trying to press him, but he felt like he was 3 steps ahead, and I think it's all of them, Alba included. They're just always 3 steps ahead. Very smart players.
And when you take them on again Wednesday night, what's the thing that you're thinking about when you are pressing them or when you are reading them? How do you focus? What are your prompt reminders to yourself in those moments?
Just trying to make those players, especially Messi, uncomfortable, and not give him too much time and space to make a play, or have time to think. As soon as he touches the ball, or swarming him with not just one body, 2 bodies. And even when he releases the ball, he doesn't just pass and stop. He tends to play a pass and try to make the defender think he's going one way but go another way. So just have an eye out on that for Messi, and Suarez, just limit his space anytime the players out wide have the ball, and for Busquets, just try and really limit his touches, and again also limit the time on the ball he has, swarming him in the middle.
I know it's easier said than done, but it seems that you guys want to be on the front foot. The importance of that away goal could be an enormous edge in the tie.
100%. Like I said, it would be really naive of us to, sit back and let them just keep on, coming at us from minute one. I think, you won't see much of a difference than the first game where, we're not gonna back down. We're gonna, press. We're gonna be at high energy, want the ball, take a risk going forward, but also be smart, of course. Not, understanding, we are up, but, not being too safe.
You mentioned the last game. You carry that badge on your chest. It says Whitecaps. It also says Vancouver. There was 54,000 plus in that stadium there. They can't all be with you in here in Miami, but do you play for them?
Absolutely, of course. Coming out of that tunnel, 5 minutes before kickoff, seeing the whole stadium packed, it gave a lot of us, including myself, goosebumps just seeing the atmosphere. And like I said, I love the fact that, they were there cheering for us, and, the other players on that team weren't getting any cheers, and rather we're getting the opposite, which we enjoyed. And, they're a big reason that this club is, what this club is. And, we're playing for them, and, their support is everything to us. And, we know that they're behind us. We know how bad they want us to succeed tomorrow, and we have that in our minds, and, that's something that, is going to push us.
It's why you play the game, no, these games?
Absolutely, absolutely. The fans are, what keeps this game, at a high level.
It's a massive moment. It's a great moment for you as well. So proud to see you out there. Keep up the great work and all the best.
Thank you. Appreciate you.